I think it's getting started. Let me see. Ooh, I'm getting destroyed over there. Is it working? Stream health is live. Great. So guys, we're back, we're live, and we have a special guest with us today. So Galaxy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Galaxy. Basically, I've been called by Cole, so just so we can have a little bit of a discussion about the game and in the general direction where it's headed. Basically, just to talk about it.
Yeah. So it's gonna be basically like a discussion video. At the same time, it's gonna be a some epic craze as well. You know, a bit of everything. So it gets you guys engaged. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them as well. And let's have a nice stream, basically, shall we?
Oh, definitely.
Cool, cool, cool. So we're gonna be doing some mind. Wrong one. Some mind epic raids, and I'm just gonna post the link of the live stream on Discord. So if you guys are not on Discord just yet, feel free to join. We have a bunch of things over there, and let's just kickstart the conversation. So the first topic that we will be discussing today is, well, starting off with new players and what the game represents for new players. So because the game is almost going on 5 years now. We're close to the five-year anniversary in July, so it's been a long ride, honestly, and it's come a long way. And if you're a new player just getting started with the game right now, well, it might be a bit difficult to get into it, right?
Oh, definitely it is. I remember my first, how it was when you were entering the game. You were already too excited. Of course, if you were following the Bleach anime and the manga, then you already were hyped about it to finally get a mobile game about the favorite series.
Exactly. Oh, I just noticed the title of the stream needed to be changed, but it's all good. So I've posted on our Discord, and now I'm posting it on yours as well.
Thank you for that.
And yeah, so the thing is, who among you right now on the stream? So we have a bunch of people. We have about 20 people watching so far. So who of you among you is a new player, and how long have you guys been playing the game for? And Destroyer, GG for Ginjo. No, thank you. I don't want him.
I think no one does at this point, because most of the players that actually summoned on the recent banners, like in the last 4 months, basically got them from the fillers.
Yeah, that's great. And the thing is, we've touched base on that one already, which is because the filler pool is so limited, they are such a small choice for people to choose from. And for that reason, they are meant to have the same characters coming over and over and over and over. And that's just meant to happen, which is very, very annoying. So honestly, if you didn't have Ginjo, you will have him at least 2 out of 5 by the end of 2020. And that might mark my word on it. But yes.
It's not just the Ginjo, it's basically the repetitive fillers that have been recently added in basically every single month and end of the month banners. Like the trio from the last year, which is past Yoruichi, the hard one, past Shunsui, and the tech one, and past Jushiro, the 25 full stamina damage link for power.
True. So, a quick question. So, when it comes to... Oh, they just disconnect. One sec, my phone just disconnected out of a sudden. Let me just...
Not a problem, take your time.
Does that work? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Great. Yeah, all good. So, hey, we got Phil on the chat as well. We got Sam, Void, Ark, Memi played as well. So, a bunch of people. Feel free to join the run. And yeah, so a new question, which is, as a new player, when you join the game, there's a bunch of mistakes that you may be doing, and the question is, how do you avoid those mistakes? So, what is like a quick player guide for new players? Like, what are the top 3 things that you would want to avoid as a new player?
So basically, when you're introduced to the game, you always come across that summoning factor, which basically is like, oh, it's like a gacha game. It's an addiction to just get the new character. It brings you happenings seeing that rainbow for the first time. Well, of course, the newer players right now actually get the guaranteed 5-star, which they can choose from being the first batch of the 5-stars. You remember them being the Mind Aizen. Yeah. I remember it. I remember that in the first days of Bleach, like 4 years ago, you didn't get to choose that. So the newer players actually have it a little bit easier because they have the option to choose a 5-star character, and they have the option to get it easy for them on the first try. So what I would recommend is to go for basically go for Aizen, because he'll be useful in the first couple of segments. Yeah, in the first couple of segments of the game, like let's say for clearing the first story, and for clearing maybe a little bit of quests here and there.
Yeah, and the thing is, one thing that changed from the beginning of the game, because one thing to mention, Galaxy is gonna be 4 years of play very soon. So sometime like next week or something, you said, in a few days?
In 6 days, basically. I'll be 1,460 days into the game.
Yeah.
So it's actually been a really good pleasure playing the game in general.
No, I hear that.
I mean, to be honest, I did skip a month and a half, but that was because of personal reasons. Being a veteran player in this game, there are a few rage quits when it comes to, you've been working so hard, gathering all the orbs, and to not get the character that you wanted, it actually kind of hurts you a little bit.
No, of course, because you're an Okura fan.
Oh, I remember it.
You are an Okura fan. Like the Segunda Etapa Okura, the 3rd anniversary Okura. Was it 3rd anniversary?
Yeah, it's the 3rd anniversary Okura.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, that's the thing. And one thing that's changed a lot as well is, I remember when I first started, when you would get the first free unit, because when when you do some at the very beginning, you get a free unit. I used to get the 3-star Byakuya or 3-star whatever unit, Chad, and I was pretty happy with it. I was like, oh, that's cool, that's good. And well, obviously now, if you had this, you'd be like, ooh, it's not good at all. So it has come a long way. I'm trying to find my accessories. Where are the Hotobates? There we go. So that's much better. We got people joining the room. That's perfect. Yeah, you know what happened in the first room? Basically, I was just like running with the wrong build, so I had I had all my build from Oetsu, which was completely wrong and pretty bad. But we made it through until I had a Reaping Pepperoni, so bad connection error, and we all I DC'd for everyone else. So yes, let's say hi to Demon Shiha. We have Deathly Hero. We have Saga44 in the chat, Mystery, and Bigontot. Not sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, we need one more person.
Thanks for coming in.
Yes, we need one more person to join the raid, and we're good to go. And
what I was also going to add here is that, let's be honest, Cole, we didn't know any better from the first days of playing the game. We didn't know what were the best accessories, where to actually go with our orbs, and yeah, the game really has come through a lot.
Let's face it, if you're an OG player, you must have spent some orbs reviving co-op. Like, we've all done it at some point, haven't we?
Oh, definitely, we did. I think some of us even actually used orbs on not ascending, but leveling up a node on the soul tree.
Oh yeah,
And
I
I
think
think
that
we've
happened
all
to
have
me
done it.
once as well. Honestly, KLab needs to remove that one ASAP because that's a proper joke from KLab, honestly.
It's
Especially because it's like
it's
650 euros or something.
yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
That's like two
I remember.
cheapless multis.
I remember honestly, it was one of my first mistakes when I was leveling up
Yeah.
stamina and on which one was it? I think it was the power Halibel normal attack damage one. I didn't had any stamina crystals.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
used
don't tell me you
50.
did. No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did actually.
Because I remember at some
50,
point, the stamina
50
crystals
orbs
were a
for
big
one
problem.
level.
The stamina crystals at some point were such a big problem because you needed them to power up your 5-star into 6-star, so you needed like a bunch of them. So yeah,
Well, at
it
that
was
point,
like the
6
limited
stars didn't even
resource.
exist. At that point, 6 stars didn't even exist. That was the best part of it. Basically, you leveled up the 5-star character to 100% soul tree and you're good to go.
Exactly, and then they introduced the what's it called? Not resurrection, before resurrection, the level 150, which is 6-star. No, 6-star was level
Yeah, 6-star.
150, and then what was it called? Level 200, release, character release.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the release. It was the introduction of Hogyoku's will.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, Hogyoku's, we are in shortage of this, guys. A big shortage, actually.
I think Caleb in the future is actually going to come with a quest for gathering
Do you think it's
Hogyokus,
gonna
but
be a quest, or it's gonna be a pack, or they won't care at all?
I think it's gonna be a quest, just like the skill keys that we currently have every single week. So you can get one.
Honestly, that would be good. I'd be happy.
And maybe it's gonna come in a type of quest like, oh, you can get basically just bluffing at this point. Maybe like 30 Hogyokus through the quest, or something like that.
Oh, 30, that's a lot. Well, actually, it is quite expensive to do the transcendence system, so it would make sense, but it's still quite a lot,
Definitely. I wanted to get to the topic of starting with new players. If I was to give a rough explanation on how do you start actually playing the game, like what do you need to follow, what type of quests you need to go after. Okay, first and foremost, people do need to understand that starting with this game, it is a grinding game.
Oh yes, one hell of a grinding game, yes.
Definitely. You actually need to invest a little bit of time to get the necessary components for progressing further into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say the types of crystals you need to gather, so you can actually get the character to 100% on the 5-star, and then starting from there, you actually need to go to gather up Hogyokus as well, and to actually get the jewels that you need.
Yeah, but on that note, Caleb's made it so much easier for newer players to get into the game. So that's a big fail. You must do your dailies, and yes, like it's true that at the time, you had only 3 orbs if you did like all your weekly orders, but now you do get like up to 5 orbs per day. So that's on a month. That's 150 orbs to grind just from doing the dailies. So that is huge.
Oh, definitely it is. Back in the day, you only got let's say about 100. Yeah, I'm not mistaken. 100 orbs each week for a new type of quest.
Yeah. Because we had all those events which we now get as sub stories, and actually, there's on the 20th of February, there's gonna be like a new sub story with a bunch of 4-stars in it, and I'm missing one of those 4-star Rukia, so I'm actually really hyped for it. I think it's I'm not sure which one of them I'm missing, but I'm missing one of them. So getting her is gonna so getting her is gonna really make a difference. So I'm just waiting for them to just release all the past events into sub stories. So all those characters I've been missing, we could get them again. Because I forgot. I need to focus on the game as well. But yeah, that's the thing. So all the 4 stars that you guys could be missing right now in the game are gonna come as sub stories and feature characters within a sub story. So you're gonna be able to get every single 4-star available in the game as sub stories, except maybe those from the point events that might come at a very later stage in the game.
Remember the swimsuit Toshiro, the 5-star one.
Oh, that one indeed. Yes, that's probably not gonna come anytime soon because they didn't do it for summer this time. Quick one, just answering some quick comments from the chat. So we have Yukihira saying that on a serious note, why are we at the point where every month we have to predict who the new units are on the next round of the Kugo, Shunsui, and Luffy rerun banner? It is true.
Yeah, I know
the
how
Kugo,
it feels.
Shunsui, Luffy rerun banner. I love that one. Not that much because I keep getting hit by this, but yeah, it is so bad. Like those guys, I swear, are coming back so often as fillers. It's becoming a joke. Like every 3 banners, you get to see a new Ginjo. Every 2-3 banners, boom, there's a new Ginjo, a new Shunsui, mine Shunsui, boom, 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 boom. So yeah, hi Hugo, hi everyone who joined. So we have also, if we get 10 Hagakus per times 5, I would be happy because in the long run 10 isn't much. So 10 Hagakus in a times 5 run, that's fine, I guess. That's fine. It's not too much. It's actually decent because you need, I think, about 10 for 1 level of Transcendence.
Yep.
So I'd say it's a fair number. Now I have only 65 million. Yes, some people are also saying that coins are becoming a limited resource for Transcendence because it costs quite a lot of money to transcend characters.
And of course, if you're a type of collector like me, then you're going to waste a lot of coins and a lot of crystals, maxing out your 4 stars, 3 stars, and 5 stars as well.
Oh yeah, that one as well. Are you maxing all the characters to level 200, even the resurrections?
Oh, definitely, because you know, this is a type of collector's thing. Like when you get a character that comes limited in a quest or limited through a single type of banner. Like I don't know how many people actually have the Heart Shunsui 4-star.
Which one? 4-star. Oh, that one was you can get it from the PvP medal exchange, I think.
Yeah,
he was a rare character to get as well.
Yeah, but before you could only get it through the summit, and I still remember it, and I still have its quote somewhere on my laptop as well.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah, it's like I think we have a slight problem.
Okay, I don't remember that one, but yeah, if you say so.
And yeah, I do agree. I did miss a couple of 4-star characters because you know back in the day when I was in high school, you were actually focused around real life duties, preparing for tests, and you didn't have too much time going for the game.
That's the thing, you know, I remember that I was missing the duo, the Shinji and Gin duo, you know, the one wearing yukatas.
Yukata.
You know? Yes, those ones. Like, I hadn't maxed them. I did get them because they came in very early game, and I had them, but I forgot to max them, and then for a while they were just sitting there on my account and they weren't maxed. Quick one, so Memipleb saying that extreme co-op and normal epic raid for me, best way to farm Hagakus. Yes, that's true. I do wish extreme co-op would come a little bit more often in the game because once a month is quite low, to be honest. I would have it like as a bi-monthly event, so twice a month. I would be happy with this. What do you think, frequency-wise? Twice a month? Or one different color every day?
I could also say it like once a week.
Once a week could be a bit too much, because it's a very good event though. So for me there's 2 ways. Either you have it twice a month, so you do have a 1 week gap between each of them, and it's only 1 attribute each time. Or what you could have is once a month, but you do have, just like inheritance and so on, you have like a different color every single day, and on the weekend you get 3 colors and then 2 colors on the last day. What do you think?
I think that could be efficient. Like let's say it's not times 5. Let's say you can only do it once, like the skill quest, but
Yeah.
you know, you have it in every different attribute every single day. So, and yeah, during the week you can get on Friday afternoon after the reset, you can get the free types, like what is it,
Yeah.
the hard one, yeah.
And the two
Basically, you
others,
know
yeah,
what
it's
I
like
mean.
3 on a day and then 2 on the second day, which is good. I'd say it's pretty good. So you get to choose which color you want to do based on your needs, because right now you need to wait about 5 months for a full rotation if you need one specific color, which is very, very
Yep.
long. Just a quick one.
Yep.
So we have Yuhikira saying, I've never used mud either, but I got banned when Epic Raid first came out. Ooh, that's a weird one. And then we have Big on Dot saying, no joke, Heart Yorichi was already in Company on what 4 and 5 and Machine Society. Oh yeah, that girl. She is, yeah, she's in every banner as well. I'm trying not to die in Epic Raid at the same time. Alright, we move to the next
Take
stage.
your time, I
So,
can wait.
Jonathan
You know-
qui dit, ça va et toi? Oh, just. Oh, we're gonna have a rape. Damn, why does it keep saying like trust your computer? Well, it's like
Just take
my
it
phone's
easy.
acting up weird. In video, let me just sort that one. So I'm gonna choose this.
Rip to that room.
No, we're so good. I'm just gonna plug
Okay.
it on the other side.
What I want to say is also that for the veteran players that also can, let's say, go for the types,
Yeah.
for the new types of summons. I actually like the summons better than the original ones. Like, you can actually spend 350 orbs for 2 multis, which
Yes.
basically ends up saving you another 150. And if you pull a 5-star, and even if it is a duplicate, you can still use it as a or either as a transcendence point if it's not good at all, like
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Ginjo,
Mhm.
or if it's a good character like Hard Yorichi, the 14% reachers one, you can actually save up to, let's say, 6 copies and hope to get 500 extra
SP.
status SP.
Yeah.
And you can basically, then she becomes an OP link to every other hard unit that has been
Mhm.
slotted.
That's exactly. That's the idea. So basically, like those older characters or fillers that come back every single time. Just make sure that you try and get as many as possible of them. Well, you're gonna get them even without wanting it. It's gonna come at some point anyway. And by the time you do this, you're gonna be able to just use them as very good links for other characters because their stats are gonna be good. And speaking of this, those that you need to focus on are Frenzy Yorichi, Frenzy Byakuya, and the Stark, that tech Stark that is currently being sold as a pack. If you have him, very valuable link. So those guys are very valuable, but especially the 2 Frenzy ones because they're free. You can get them from the 5-star ticket every month, meaning that at some point you're gonna get them 5 out of 5. If you get a good extra slot on them, these guys are really good. So just saying hey to Gino, and we've got a couple questions in the chat. So one of them is what does the pseudo cool mean? And thanks. So initially the name was Cool Data because I really like data about the game, and then I just found the name quite lame, so I just changed it to Cool. So I just shortened it a little bit, and that's it. It's just pronounced Cool, and it's because why not? It's a cool name. I didn't think that too much about the name. It was just what it is. And the other question is, we are at a point where every month we speculate about the news. No, that one was in already. No, the other thing is, how do you change the color of your character at level 200? So that's a question from Mobile Quietly, and you don't change it, the color of your character name. It's just that it changes based on the power level of your character. So if the soul tree is maxed out, it gets green. If you have the character fully slotted link slots at 10 10 10, it gets red. And if you have the fully transcended unit with everything at 10 10 10, extra slot doesn't count, it gets purple. Otherwise it's white, right?
Yeah, definitely. So just a quick question for you, Cole, as well.
Yeah. Oh, got hit. Yeah. Tell me.
So, how do you feel actually being almost 4 years into the game?
Old. I guess old, and it just feels weird knowing that you've spent so much time of your life just on your phone playing that one game. Like, if I think about the amount of time that I spent on this game, I just like regret it. I'd be like, wow, I could have done so many things during that time. Like, I could be, I don't know. But it's, I mean, I'm enjoying it.
It does feel rewarding.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. So I guess that's good enough. Ooh, just like,
Yep.
that's good enough. How do you feel about being almost 4 years? It feels weird that that's a question. Like, how do you feel being 4 years old? Like a little child? No. How do you feel? How do you feel?
How do I feel being 4 years old? Honestly, it's a good feeling. But yeah, on a serious note,
It's a good feeling. Tell me about it.
being 4 years into this game, I've actually did come across a lot of shaft stories, basically
Oh,
from
we
my
even
own
have a channel
experience.
Discord for that. There's so many chef stories, honestly. Well, my video from today was a chef story. Like, a spy completely destroyed the banner, and I got destroyed by the banner. So, you know, on a failli mourir grave. Surtout moi, ça
Wait,
m'a
hold
fait.
on. I still didn't summon on the new banner. I just went for the first multi for 150 and I got the Yumichika. So
Wow.
give me a moment. I'll recuperate from that as well.
So someone saying I play only BBS from mobile games. Yeah, so he only plays BBS, and to be honest, I only play BBS as well because that's my main game. And I also don't have like several accounts. I have only one account, and I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm sticking to it because I don't have time for like 20 ad accounts. Like, I don't have time for that.
I don't think no one has time. Basically, a normal person, yeah, you could spend
You only have so much
about
time, yeah.
Yeah, you could spend about, let's say, 6 to 8 hours on actually playing on two accounts, so you can focus on your main and giving the alt a little segment of your time. But what's the point of it all if your alt doesn't get the much attention as your main? You know?
Yeah. No, I get that. I totally get that. Yeah.
As for being the one main account that I currently own,
Yeah.
is honestly, I feel satisfied with my account, and
Oh,
yeah,
you have a good account.
I,
You have a very good account. So it's not about being satisfied. It's like, yes, it is a good account. So just say it.
oh,
You know.
well, yeah, I can say it's a good account. I don't have all the characters. I think no one in this world does. Or either if you're a multi-millionaire and you spend a lot of money on the game,
Yeah.
but or if you're Caleb, that's the other explanation.
Yeah, I like how, you know, when Kayla does the video showcase, they have like 50k orbs, and I'm like, yeah, when I have like 500, I'm happy.
Imagine if Caleb did a segment of just summoning for the characters to get them 5 out of 5.
Oh, they won't
How
do that
much
because
salt-
people would just like see like, you know, hands on, like how bad the rates are.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons. The other one, they don't want to bring the salt to the players who have actually spent that many orbs to get a single copy, where they're getting 5 copies.
That's true. That's true. Oh, we got Meko. Salut Meko, comment vas-tu? Yeah, that's true. Quick question. So someone asked me what was my day job. So I'm a contractor. So that means I don't have the work stability of a perm job. And the idea is like I just move from contract to contract with either different companies or the same company. So right now I've been working as a lead user experience designer for the National Lottery for the past 8 months. So that is great, but the reality of it is initially my contract was 3 months, then it got extended by 2 months, by 2 months, 2 months. So it's, you know, it's like only hanging by a thread, to be honest. It can get very very hard, and like I've been like without a job for about a month and a half, early January. So my last contract ended on the 20th of December with the National Lottery, and then I took like about a couple weeks of holidays because I hadn't been on holiday for two years now. I had because contracts, basically the way it works is contractors do make a little bit more money, but if you take holidays, they're not paid. meaning that I completely sacrifice having holidays for 2 years, and you can feel it at some point because
Yeah.
if you take holidays, it's like you see it as like I'm earning less money. Like every day of holiday that I'm taking means it's a day that I'm not getting paid. So it does hurt double. So that's why I haven't taken any. I haven't taken any holiday in 2 years. So then I took 2 weeks holidays beginning of January, and I was supposed to get my contract extended beginning of January, so around the 12th of January. I even had a contract, so I had my contract. It was signed, everything was ready and stuff. And the Friday before that, so I was supposed to start on a Monday. Just on the Friday, I got a call from the company, and they told me, right, we do have a little bit of a problem. It's not you, it's on our side. Do you mind coming in the week after? So just like taking an extra week off, unpaid, of course. So I was like, do I really have a choice here? It's more of a rhetorical question at this point. It's like, okay, that's fine, because I don't have a choice. And the thing is, I do have my contract. And then, same thing, the next week, on the Monday, I came to the office, all the way to the office. So my office is a bit far. It's like an hour and a half commute from home. So every day that's like 1 hour and a half in the morning and 1 hour and a half in the evening. So, that's like 3 hours of the day going by just like this to go to work. So I went all the way to the office. I managed to stay three hours, to be honest. And then after 3 hours, they were like, they brought me to the to a meeting room, and there was one guy from HR and a manager that I was working with, and they were like, right, we do have a little bit of an issue. It might be a little bit awkward, but apparently you're not supposed to be here today. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not supposed to be here? I have a contract. It says I'm starting to work today. I've signed it. You guys have signed it. We're legally binded together. And no, they just sent me home basically. So I just did like 3 hours, and I was on my way home that day, and I haven't been paid for those 2 weeks that I worked. It was getting very annoying. I was starting to apply to other companies because I had the assurance of going back to this one. I had the contract and everything, but then no. So I started applying for other jobs, and I got some no's basically. I got declined by what's the name again? Not Monzo. What's that? Revolut. So I did like a second stage with Revolut. Those guys are. I'm gonna use the B word. Those guys are. That was jokes. That was jokes the way they've done it. But anyway, so I started applying here and there. Didn't work out. And then I got a call on a Tuesday by my agent. Well, the guy that works with the company, the HR guy, and he was like, okay, we've had a little bit of the situation has evolved a little bit. Do you mind coming in after tomorrow, like in 2 days time? I was like, well, you do realize I haven't been paid for 2 weeks, and I'm supposedly being contracting, So I got in touch with some lawyers, started like moving things up and everything, and then I ended up getting paid for just 1 week as a compensation, which is it's all right because I was not gonna get paid anything, so that was all right. And I started again. So the thing is, yes, being a contractor can make you a little bit more money, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of worries that you wouldn't have if you were in a permanent job, because you need to find a new job every now and then. You need to be. It's very stressful. I've been out of job since the 20th of December until the 26th of January, so a full month. And I had to pay my taxes on the 31st of January as well, so that was like a lot of expenses. And then a few days later, I had my rent to pay and everything, so I was in a very bad situation. So yeah,
really is.
a lot of stress. So yeah, that's to answer the question.
I honestly can understand from what point you actually came. Dealing with these types of stress, going through the work, it actually can become a little bit bothersome to your daily life. You can't really focus too much on playing the game, and you can't really focus too much on anything because the stress actually takes you over, and it makes your way of thinking only to focus on that type of stress.
Exactly, especially
Basically
when
from the work.
you have some set expenses that you need to. I mean, like I'm helping out my brother, my little brother, so I'm the one being there for him, so I'm covering all his expenses and everything. I'm paying for the rent for us both because we live together. I got my taxes to pay end of the year stuff, so I got a lot of expenses, and it was all coming down at the end of January, and I was running out of money because, you know, being out of job for a month, you know, a year is 12 months, so if you're out of job for a month, that's a lot of time, and especially when you have just money going out. So oh, why did I hear? So yeah, honestly, you gotta do what feels right for you, and you gotta make sure that, you know, whatever you do, you're not too stressed about it. You find something that works for you, and your health has to come first. You
Oh,
have to
definitely.
focus on it.
I 100% agree on that. You know, recently my way of dealing with stress has moved its course. I was progressing through a little bit of stages. Like, I'm the type of person that takes photography, for instance.
Oh yeah, we do have a
Basically,
photography channel on Discord as well. So guys, if you haven't checked it, go for it. Yeah, go back.
I did post a little bit of my stuff over there as well. Going through the top, of course, it's about how much? I think it's about 6 months old now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, you can basically do anything that makes you peaceful. As in a way, you can write something, you can go to the gym. You don't even have to go to the gym. You can basically just walk around the city, just getting everything off your mind.
And that's true. That is
Every
true.
single day after work, what I like to do is just go around the city, just to clear my head, just to basically remove everything from my mind, to make a blank slate state, to make it a blank slate. When I come home, you know, I don't have to deal with stress from work. I can deal with other things, like focus a little bit on the game, maybe talk to a little bit of friends, go out on a coffee or out on a drink. You know, just a little bit of socialization, just a little bit to get social, you know.
Mm-hmm. Socializing,
Yeah.
you mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm. I hear that.
Mm. But hey,
Yeah.
one thing I can actually congrats and to give credit to Caleb is that they've made a game where, like I said, Bleach Brave Souls has been a stress relief of some sort. You know,
Mm-hmm.
enjoying your favorite characters just to play as them. It's something you've always wanted. You
And
know,
they've done a lot of progress on those characters as well. Look at the
of course,
animations, look at everything. They've done a great job at this.
and I can completely agree on that. They've made a lot of hard work on the characters, on their animations, on their gameplay as well. Of course, talking about the newer ones. And as I'm talking about the newer ones, I just wanna also talk about the old ones. Like, I'm the type of person that still loves to play with Danga
OG
Ichigo.
characters? Oh, which one?
Yeah, the Danga Ichigo.
Oh, Danga Ichigo. Oh, I managed to get like 500 attack on his extra slot. That guy's really, really nice. I love him. I don't really like
Oh.
Aizen. Aizen, I don't really like it. His first strong attack is bad. His third strong attack is a mess.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It-
But of course, you do need to take into consideration when he first came out, he really was broken.
Oh,
for the era,
he was
right?
very strong, yeah, and he would do a very good job in PvP as well. Imagine him in PvP nowadays, like that would be incredible.
Oh, I think they would. I think already there is a type of Aizen that's currently made for PvP. Maybe somewhere in the similar lines. Aizen
Yeah.
for
Oh,
For
I have
instance.
I need to focus on my push pad. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Aizen, I don't know what they're doing. Like every two Aizen, like there's a good Aizen, then there's a bad Aizen, a good Aizen, and a bad Aizen. I'm not sure what they're playing at. Like the Flyzen was remarkable, and then they did
Oh.
1000 Blood War Aizen. And then they did Tech Aizen, the new one. It's like they're trying to destroy every good thing that they've done on the Flyzen. I don't know.
It's kind of Caleb's thoughts, you know. They just want to bring everything they have. Like they cannot repeat the same type of attacks on the same type of
But they
character.
do.
Like let's say, I know, and that's kind of troublesome. Maybe Caleb CEO doesn't have any more ideas for the same character.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you know, they can try and innovate on strong attacks, but people, damn it, people still want to have like you know that OP kit, so they want to have like that launch strong attack one, or they want to have that good beam. They want to have like good AOE's on all strong attacks. Potentially have Havoc as well, having full screen strong attack 3. So they want to have like all of us want to have like those perfect move sets on every character, and the problem with that is they so all the characters are just going to look the same on paper. So if they try to innovate with some characters, it just might go wrong. So they tried to innovate with Aizen's strong attack 3 with the 20 seconds recharge, and that was an innovation. Yes, that was different. Yes, but was it a good idea? That was weird. That was just weird.
I don't know. Maybe for a type of nostalgia, like you actually do like to listen to Hado 90.
Yeah, I wonder if they actually, you know, when they had those like KLab HQ meetings, like those team meetings, if they actually think of releasing characters just because they want to release characters that are true to the story, as in like they created this Aizen not because he was supposed to be strong, but only because they wanted it to look very close to the manga. From the special animation, from having the fan service on the SA3, which wasn't really well received, but still is a nice touch, and the fact that when he dies and resurrects, when he comes back to life the first time because of his skill, he says something like Shatter Kokasugetsu. So they've done a lot of nice touches on him. So he's like a very pleasing character aesthetically, close to the manga and everything, but in terms of gameplay, he's not the character that you would use, honestly.
I mean, it has its pros and cons. Like, yeah, you can use him, like, let's say, when he was a bonus for epic raids. Yeah, he was usable.
You may want to say
also,
something. Yeah, you may want to say hi to Savage, because OP Levy was asking who was on the call. Then Memi Pleb just said that you were on the call, and then Savage coming in with the "Who's Galaxy?" And then Alias to reply Samsung. And Savage to be, I see. So if you want to say anything to Savage, go for it.
Oh, yeah, I definitely can.
Go for it. Savage is all yours. Oh, wow. That much. Hello?
There we go.
Oh, did you send him a message?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you sent it on the on the stream. Got it. I was like, what was that like blank right there? Like, did the line just cut off or something? No.
Yeah. Oh, the Savage. But yeah, as I was saying, you wouldn't believe me if I told you, but throughout the third seed, I've actually saw a lot of 1,000 Year Blood War Aizens into PvP.
Really?
Like, yeah. And they, for the time when I didn't had fully transcended Ulquiorra, I mean Noitora, sorry.
Yeah, no.
When I didn't had my fully transcended Noitora, he was doing a little bit of damage. And
yeah.
Yep.
So
but of course, as going for the fan service, you know, that's actually one of the best things Caleb actually did for us. Like hearing the Hado 90 just like
that brought it to life. Yeah. It was really, really nice.
I mean, we do need to credit Caleb, because Caleb actually brings the voice actors to record their voices for the characters, and it actually pleases you hearing. It's pleasing hearing their voice again in the game.
Oh, tell me about, honestly, like the one thing I would mention here is Yamamoto, 1,000 Blood War Yamamoto. You know, when in the trailer, you know, you just had like the music fading and like, and then you hear Bankai.
Yeah,
Kokuji,
yeah, I remember
was like,
it.
Wow.
It was hype, but if I was to actually say one thing again, Do you remember when the third anniversary trailer, the third one when it came out?
Ulquiorra. Oh, that one was
Oh yeah,
impressive. That one was like really, really nice. I loved it. The green.
because
That was good.
yeah, because let's be honest, no one ever thought in their right mind that they were going to bring back Ulquiorra,
Yes.
and not only to
And in
just
that
bring
form.
it back,
In that form as
yeah.
well.
Because we thought like, okay, Caleb's basically done for. They've used all material from the manga, from the anime, and from the novel. They can't possibly make it any better. Of course, at that point in time, they didn't had the novel yet.
Well, actually, they were promoting the novel for a while now. Just one thing, just going back to the chat quickly before going back to novel. So, Big on Top saying Caleb needs to understand that people want to have a Kisuke, Aizen, and Grimshaw that are good, not so fun. That is good. Like more people love Kisuke, Aizen, and Grimshaw. Yeah, speaking of Grimshaw, quick one. Country Onward Grimshaw. What the hell was that? What the hell was that Grimshaw? Special was incredible. Everything else, ugh. And saying hi to D who joined the chat. I love the dub skit, by the way. That was really, really funny. If you guys haven't watched it, really, really nice one. The new one is really cool as well.
I see the man, the myth, the legend joined the chat as well.
Yep. So yeah, back to novel. So they've been talking about novel for a while now. It's not new at all. The thing is, for novel, yeah, the thing is, it's only recently that they've brought up the characters of novel, but then they started with Beyond Resurrection, and now they have the new format, which is gonna give us like 12, 15 characters from the novel that are a bit less hard. But the problem that I see with this is, it looks like premium banners after premium banners. The only characters are actually new. We got them already. Tokinada, Hikone, we got them already. So everything else that's gonna come up is pretty old. Like even the so yes, we're gonna get Senosuke, we're gonna get Aura as well, which are good, but
and I do think that we're going to get another Can Fear Your Own World
Grimjo. Yeah, we're gonna get a new Grimjo. So the characters that we're gonna get are Grimjo, we're gonna get Loopy, we're gonna get the what's it called? You know those guys at the pub?
Yeah, Seruchi.
Yeah, those guys, the pub gang.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get those guys. We're gonna get those guys as well. We're gonna get the Ginjo. Ginjo's gonna come back. It'd be very interesting if out of all the Ginjos, this is the only one I don't pull. It'd be like Caleb laughing at me. But
no. Think of it reverse. Out of all the Ginjos, let this one be broken.
Yeah, let this one be broken. So yeah, that's the thing. So we're gonna get all these guys, and then we're gonna get the new ones like Senosuke. We're gonna get which is Yamada's brother. We're gonna get what's his name? So we're gonna get a new version of Hikone, which is gonna be Resurrection Hikone, where he's got his more holo version of him coming out, and we're also gonna get the Aura as well. So this is it. That's yeah. Who?
You're forgetting about the main thing. Bankai Shinji.
Yeah, Bankai Shinji and Bankai Shuhei True. So these are the only characters that are actually gonna be proper country own world in my eyes. Everything else looks like just like re-release version of premium characters. So if you look at the Iron, like Halibel's art, the actual 3D model in the game, it looks like the old one. Like if I put them side by side, it's exactly the same one. There's no difference. And it's just like, for me, it's just an excuse from K-Lab to re-release the same characters and call them a different name, if that makes sense. But that doesn't mean it's a different character. It's literally the same character, but branded somewhat differently to make it more exclusive. Oh, no, not to make it more exclusive, just to make sure that they don't release them in the premium pool, because otherwise we would have more choices in that pool. We wouldn't be getting some fillers over and over. That'd be such a shame, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it's better if they release the exclusive banners back to back and narrow down the pool of fillers. So we make sure we get that 5 out of 5 Ginjo, 5 out of 5 Shunsui, and 5 out of 5 everyone else in there. Just look at the banner right now. All of these fillers, yeah, all of them.
Okay, I will agree on that they've made some bad choices, giving us repetitive fillers, but not all of them are useless. Like, let's say Weekend, Yoruichi, like I've mentioned before, even full stamina damage boost Jushiro. I mean, if you pull him 5 out of 5, and if you get a 6 copy with 500 SP on the last slot, he's a really good usable link for every power character. Of course, that's slotted.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're going for damage output.
mhm.
But yeah, I do get what you're saying.
I don't know.
Like they need to change for the fillers. Like, do you remember when's the last time that I saw Soy Fun, the tech one, of course the
Well,
broken
there's
one
a
for
reason why they
Gilbert,
won't bring
as
back,
filler?
because honestly, the thing is, not all premium units are born equal. That's the sad reality.
Mhm.
So characters like Koga, don't expect to see him in as a filler anytime soon. Characters like Rukia, Lieutenant Rukia, don't expect to see her as a filler anytime soon. So there are characters that are special, even though they're premium characters, they aren't considered as premium characters at all. If you look at the anniversary well, if you look at the anniversary characters, they are not in the premium fillers as well. So there's a lot of characters that you won't see as fillers, and these are the only good characters. So the idea is like the only characters you are gonna see in the filler list are, you know, characters are okay, not broken, just okay, and that's about it. That's the thing. That's the reality of it.
It's sad but true. Because I don't know if anyone noticed, there's actually a fun fact. If you see the current two tickets, like for the 44 million anniversary ticket, and
Yeah. Oh.
you also have the Valentine, I mean, the Machine Society ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Valentine's ticket. In the Valentine's ticket, the first two premium pool units are actually Full Hollow Ichigo and Mugetsu as well. But in the 44 million downloads
They're
ticket,
not there.
it's not.
Yeah, they're in the paid one. They're not in the free one. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick jump to the chat. So we have
Mhm.
so backloading again. Yes. We've got Benkai, Zenkai no Tachi. Yes, that's true. We've got the premium banner units since Violet remakes are rarer than the Comfy Own World and $1,000 units. That's true. Those premium units are getting rare by the day. He would play Big on top would play Tite Kubo to make the voice of Bleach characters. Yeah, back on the ski one, which was really good. You've got you can forget about Zaraki Kenpachi. What about him? Oh yes, yeah, you're right. We're gonna get a new Kenpachi as well as part of Comfy Own World, and I mean that's a lot of Kenpachi lately. So we've gone Weekend, we've gotten the Canon Kenpachi with the transformation mechanic. We're gonna get the Comfy Own World Kenpachi. There's gonna be a lot. Which is why someone's saying Year of Kenpachi. Yeah, go for it. Sup, Raven, by the way.
And since we're on the topic of transforming characters, like, I don't know how to explain it. On one hand, okay, it's fan service, I get it, but why don't you keep the transformation after you transform? Like, you know?
It is kind of strategic because when you transform back into the old form, you get the recharge again. So it's like getting twice the recharge, which is not too bad. Oh, we got Spite as well. Oh, that mic of it's that mic of his. You want to see what the mic looks like? Let me just show the chat what the mic is like. It's honestly, this is like ridiculous. I'm completely ashamed of showing such a mic, but whatever. It does the job for now. And if you actually saw the setup, like I got Galaxy on the phone right here. And I'm just like on Discord with him right now on the call, and this is like I've put it next to the mic. It's it couldn't be more amateur, but it works. It does the job, doesn't it?
I mean, if it works, right? Don't fix what is broken.
Exactly, that's the thing. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But yes, one thing as well, there's so many premium units, even without going in the exclusive banners. There are so many premium units that we haven't had yet. So I'm talking about the Visors. We've gotten remakes of Espadas, we've gotten so many remakes of those guys. But when it comes to Visors, we've not gotten many remakes of these guys. So yes, we've gotten Hachigen lately, we've got a new Hiro lately, we've got a new Shinji as well. But
also, I think I've come with an idea of what Caleb could be releasing when they don't have any ideas. Do you remember
what
do you call them?
Oh, I don't know.
The vampires of Bleach.
Oh, the bounce.
What were they called? Yeah, the bounce.
Oh yeah, they haven't done bounce yet. That's true. Of course.
I think Caleb hates the bounce because in the 4 years they've basically released every single
filler arc, but they haven't really the bounce. But even even without thinking about all the fillers, just go back to the Zenpakuto arc, the Zenpakuto Rebellion. They haven't finished that one. There are still some Zenpakutos that we haven't had yet in the game. So if I'm talking about Omaida's Zenpakuto, we haven't had it in the game yet. I'm talking about Izoru, Kira's Zenpakuto, we haven't had it in the game yet. Who else? There's a third one we haven't had just yet.
I think with the of course Yamamoto's Zanpakuto we can't even get because it's not in
what
the
is it? It's
form.
like it's a avatar.
I honestly thought that Yamamoto's Zanpakuto would resemble something like a phoenix.
Yeah, me too.
That's just
me too. I was a bit sad during the anime actually when they didn't do anything special with his Zenpakuto. I was like, he has to have a proper form or something, but no, it didn't. It was just like some fire around him, and that's it, like a flame. That's a little bit unimaginative, but it is what
I mean,
it is.
if they were going for the philosophy, it's basically a living flame, but
good night,
that's basically all you can.
Yeah, Spy's been up for a while. Like he's had a lot of trouble with the summoning video. His self-storage just like wouldn't listen, so that was really bad. But he made it through, so good job. Oh, I'm gonna die. I survived. Great. Shojiro's Zenpakuto as well. We haven't had it yet. So that's 3. That's a banner. We have a banner of Zenpakutos that we still haven't had yet.
I mean, we did get a 4-star Tengen, but never a 5-star.
Tengen as well. We haven't had it. So that's a lot of Zenpakutos that we haven't had at 5 stars.
And Minazuki, right?
And Minazuki as well. That's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 2 banners. 2 full banners that we could have as Zenpakutos. Good.
There's also one more tag team version of a Zanpakuto that basically I wanted to see.
Which one?
Okay, I do understand that Hollow White with Ichigo, it is a tag team because we all know from the manga. Spoilers if someone didn't watch it. I mean, read it. White is basically the real manifestation of Ichigo's Zanpakuto. Okay, but what about Zangetsu? I mean, the old man Zangetsu.
Oh, you mean like having Zangetsu and White together, or Zangetsu and Ichigo together as a tag team?
Zangetsu and Ichigo as a tag team. Like
yeah, that would work.
He can be in his Bankai form, and basically we can have Tensa Zangetsu as well. But I mean, that's something Caleb can work up with.
No, I hear you. That's true. Someone's saying as well, yeah, Minazuki, we haven't had it. Chojo Zenpakuto, yes. Someone wants a swimsuit studio Yoshiaki. I wouldn't say no to that. Would anyone want to get a good Gegetsuburi as well, which is Omaida Zenpakuto? Well, it's not a good, it's like just a Gegetsuburi because we don't have one at all.
Yep. I think it's going to be maybe the metal exchange character. I think Getsuburi could be the next one.
Nah, he's not worth being a metal exchange character.
I mean, you never know. Imagine pulling a 5-star. Close.
Oh, did you? Oh, were you watching?
I'm watching every single.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't realize you were watching as well. I was like, okay. Anyway, yeah,
I'm reading the chat as well. Don't worry.
Oh, cool. So if Savage ends up saying something bad, you would be here, right?
Oh, that's why I'm watching it.
Savage is the reason you're on the chat now. Got it. Got you. I think he left actually. So the thing we need in this game more than anything is a top tier canon adult Byakuya. Has Byakuya had a top tier canon adult version? What do you mean by adult version? Well, yeah, true, I got it. Well, the thing is, it's true, we are lacking a good canon Byakuya. The Spirit Society Byakuya is incredible, but that's probably the only very good Byakuya in the game so far.
I think that the next Byakuya could very well be the last stage of his Bankai. You remember when he fought Ichigo in the Soul
Oh.
Society arc?
And that
The
reminds
circle
yes,
that comes.
yes, yeah, you're right. And that actually, oh, imagine a banner where you get like Byakuya with transformation. So you start off with Byakuya with his with his Shikai or like unreleased Zanpakuto, and then he just goes to Benkai and he gets into that form with Senbon Sakura all over him.
Yep.
Or another way, he starts off with his Benkai and then he goes into that Phoenix mode where he has like the wings around him, like the white wings or something.
Yeah.
And that could be the transformation.
That was what I was referring to actually.
Oh, got it. Yeah. I hear you then. Honestly, that would be
the only two times that we got to see that in the game were
New Year Byakuya. That's the only one that has
the
it.
New Year, and also the tag team Byakuya, where Senbon Sakura, literally the manifestation of his Zanpakuto, actually combines as an attack with him.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
But do you know what I would like to see?
Yeah.
Do you remember? I would like to see half holified Ichigo.
Who?
You know, with the half mask going berserk.
Oh yes, that one. That one is. I think that one they're just keeping it. Like they're gonna release it at some point. Like a special character, maybe an anniversary character for like December, end of month or something. I think they're just waiting for it. There's a reason for that,
Probably.
Because they know they know what they do with their Ichigos. Oh, damn it. Keep dying.
Now that we're on the topic of anniversaries, what do you think that we're gonna get
on the next one?
This year's, yeah.
Oh, Shaft. 20 fillers in a banner, 50 steps. Just the usual. What you would expect from Caleb.
Oh come on! Don't be so negative.
Right, maybe not 50, like 40 steps.
Okay, to be completely honest, you actually did pull the anniversary character without even summoning on it.
Who?
You.
Yeah, that was the first time, the first and only time, because that never happens. That never happens. So yeah, I was very, very shocked. But otherwise, left. Otherwise,
let me tell you my story about the 4th anniversary.
So the one with Mugetsu and Furo Ichigo.
Yes. Yep. Round 1, without the round 4, basically the round 1. Going in 4,500 orbs. Out of those 4,500 orbs, 2.3k were paid. Yeah, I didn't get him. Then when the second time he came around, I still didn't pull him, but I didn't summon too heavily on it. The third time, on the update, when he came, I got him in the first single.
Wow.
Yep. But still, 5.8k orbs total spent for Mugetsu.
No, that's a lot. That's honestly a lot. And yeah, we got Longless Taekwondo saying in the chat as well, your one step up format. And that one I will say up loud. Oh, quick one. Tenemos Javier en el chat que no habla inglés, pero se divierte con los directos que hago. Pues gracias por estar aquí y yeah, gracias. Anyway, back to Long Lost Taekwondo. First anniversary. Step ups. Some of you weren't here. Some of you were here. That was honestly. Oh, we got a Brave Tika on that one. That was the best format ever. 15% on the last step. 15%.
Not only that. Every single day the multis will reset, so you can basically get a multi for 50 orbs.
That's how I got. That's how I got Dengai. I got Dengai from anniversary. I didn't manage to, honestly. Everything I didn't manage to pull, I pulled it during first anniversary because the race was so good that I just caught up with everything on first anniversary alone because of those rates. It was incredible.
Let me tell you a story. I went into the anniversary with only how much? Okay, I'll just tell you how many 5 stars I pulled at the end of the anniversary. 35 stars.
Yeah, no, I did
Thir-
pull like a bunch of them as well. That was
yeah.
a huge amount, and they were good. No, it's not just like random 5 stars.
Hmm?
No, they were good 5 stars, like really good 5 stars
Yeah,
at
and
that time.
every single one of them were new. Okay, out of 35 stars, I got maybe 3 dupes.
Yeah,
Only 3 dupes. I got every single new 5 star was basically getting orbs back.
the one banner where I started getting like a lot of dupes and I wasn't too pleased about it was the next anniversary. So second anniversary, the one with a second
Oh, yeah.
anniversary Ichigo. That one was the worst for me. I got like 20 out of 5 Grimjo or something. I got like 20 out of 5 a Tech Fullbring Ichigo. Like I got like too many of those guys. Not 20 of course, but I mean I got way too much. And especially since we didn't have Transcendence, those dupes were completely they were
Oh, yeah.
pointless, completely pointless.
And even talking about the Transcendence, you know, most of the other players basically didn't know what to do with their dupes, and I do understand them.
Yes, and some would
You know,
sell
back-
them.
I know back in the day, you know, I was the one always thinking, oh, we're gonna get a dupe system one day.
Yeah, but the
We're
question
gonna get a dupe
is,
system.
even if we get a dupe system, like you can't just like save up for 4 years waiting for the dupe system. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know, but okay, I was the type of person that actually was patient enough to wait and hold on to my dupes. That's why I have about 1,050 character space. But outside from that, you know, every single time that you got a 5 star, I was fortunate enough just to keep it. You know.
Yeah.
Because even as the years go by, it was getting more difficult and difficult to pull 5 stars. I remember there was once a time where in 2.5 months I didn't pull any 5 stars.
They've made 5-star not worth it, but they've made them so affordable now. So the thing is, it doesn't get exciting at all when you get a 5-star anymore. Like seeing the 5-star rainbow, you're just like, who is it gonna be? And trust me, I've seen it this morning. I was like, right, I'm gonna get my Ginjo, and I got him. And I got him more than once. I got him many times ago. And then I got the God of Dimensions. It was brutal. Like 5 stars are not even exciting when you get them, especially when you know you've got all the fillers. And I can hear a lot of did it. I can hear a lot of people just saying this left and right that, oh, I'm not summoning. I do have too many fillers in that banner, and I hear that. People are having all the fillers every now and then, or most of the fillers, so it makes the banner less interesting. So it makes people skip a lot of banners. Is this the point of the game? I don't know.
I think they've gone in a bad direction, but that's my personal opinion.
I think what's gonna happen, yeah.
They've basically come with a system, that's beneficial for newer players, but they're basically kind of discarding us veterans in a way. It's not about discarding. I mean, basically, they're throwing the same thing over and over again to us who are over 2, 3, 4 years into this game already. And they need to come with a new ways to satisfy the veteran players, such as you and me.
Yeah.
And they also need to come with a way to satisfy the newer players.
Well, before talking about veterans, before even you talk about veterans, you don't need to be a veteran to feel the problem of those banners having too many fillers. Like if you've been in the game for like the past 4 or 5 months, exactly, you already have this Kugo Ginjo, you already have this Shunsu, you already have most of them. And just to answer, Kratos, je n'en peux plus de ces step-up avec 9 persos. I can't take it anymore having the step-ups with best, and then it just got downhill. The only format that I don't mind is, imagine if we had 50 orbs for the first step, which is the 3%. Then second step is a 6% at 150 orbs. Third step is 6% at 200 orbs. So basically like the format that we have right now, but you just add a first step at 50 orbs. What do you think of this?
I actually do think that it would be beneficial to all players, actually.
What do you mean? Well, I mean, you do get like a multi for 50 orbs. So, especially in like the banners where you just want to try. If you have like a multi for 50 orbs, that's really good. Even if it's 3%, like it's just like the price of 2 singles. So basically the idea is you do one multi so within 450 orbs, you've done 3 multis, 1 at 3% and 2 at 6%. Or even if the first one is at 4%, oh, we've got a fully transcended Fulolo Ichigo. Well done. Oh, and he's got the max attack. Great job. Mine doesn't have it. He's got a really bad last trait. Good job on that guy. Yeah.
I mean, how much did it go into the banner just to be satisfied with getting 5 duplicates of fully qualified Master Lord Ichigo?
Well, he probably pulled some more within like tickets or other banners where he was featured and stuff like. Because I did pull like this guy Fulolo Ichigo. I pulled him like from a banner where he was featured, but I was after another character or something. So yeah, it does happen. It does happen.
I remember. I just won Mugetsu for 3 months, and then after I got him, after I defeated the terrible task with going with Soifon on the Path of Valor stage 25.
Oh, I remember that one. You've told me about it.
Yeah.
You spent like so long.
3
on the
hours.
stage just to get
3
the props.
hours to. Yeah. And after I got him. After I got the proc working, after I cleared the stage from that ticket, I actually saved it for, let's say, a week. But then I got bored and, I said, oh, okay, let me summon, let me get my dupe already. And then I saw, like, oh my god, I actually got him. I actually got Boss Lord Ichigo. Like,
yeah.
Finally, this stage is going to be a lot easier.
That's the thing, when you were stuck on a stage and you finally got the character, it just like changed your mind, like your life. It's like the floor 20 on Ordeals. I was doing it with TLA Shinji the first 2 iterations of the TAR. TLA Shinji was a nightmare to complete.
I know.
And then I did it with Hiyori, Christmas Hiyori. Oh, forgot that was a Christmas Hiyori. And then finally I got floor 20 Aizen, and it just made it so much easier. Well, quick thing, so we have I like ya and I want ya. Now we can do this easy way. We can do this. So also if you started the game, oh, I'm alive. Yeah, it's so hard to just like keep up with everything happening at the same time. So if you started the game during New Year's and all these fillers in Confident Onward banner has been on every banner since December. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So if you're even if you're a new player and you started during the New Year anniversary, the global anniversary in December, so that's a month and a half away ago, right? You've seen those fillers 2 times already, if not 3 times. So let alone being a veteran player, even if you're a new player, 1.5 months of playing the game, so 90 days of game, boom, you've seen it again. Oh, we've got AJ in the chat. How you doing? Yeah, tell me. Oh,
let me just ask your opinion on this one.
Tell me.
How many years do you have to actually play the game just to be considered as a veteran?
I would say 2 years, at least 2 years. Oh, the veteran, I would say, yeah, a good 2 years. I would
maybe
say.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3. Like going way back from the 2nd anniversary even.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. What do you guys in chat think? Like, what would you call a veteran player? Is it like 2 years, 3 years? What would you say the the exact time it should be for it to be called a veteran player?
I mean, honestly, to me, I would actually let the chat actually decide on this one.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm asking the chat what they think about it. 1,000 plus days. Yeah, that's not a bad cut. Then I have an end game account at 780 days, so I say 2 years. Yeah, for me, like 2 years is not bad. 1,000 days is big, but 2 years is already doing quite good. Because thing is, with the way the game is built, you end up getting to the point where you will have an end game account within a year and a half, 2 years, to be honest. Because yes, you won't have all the OG characters, but you don't need them to progress in the game. So what I mean by an endgame account is an account that allows you to walk through any content without too much of a difficulty. And for me, that requires about a year and a half, 2 years of the game, especially with the accessory rerolls, with getting the right characters for every game mode, including Gyokos.
Would you consider would you actually consider fully transcended characters as being the end game?
I would say no, because it's completely pointless. Like, there's not enough difficulty in the game for it to be worth it.
That's the point. Maybe Caleb actually in the future is going to decide, let's give a shot in a new type of quest, being ultra difficult that you can only
Everybody's
maybe
just like
possibly kill.
everybody's just like asking for more difficult content from Caleb. We've been asking for it for a while. We've been asking for it when we had the resurrections. We've been asking for it when we got the 10 to 10 years is fine, but I mean when we got Transcendence announced, everything.
Yep. It basically is.
So they gave us this like fake difficult quest, which is, you know, the one where you get the scrolls and everything, where it's just that you need to have some what's it called, some levels of link slots to be able to enter the quest. But that doesn't mean it's because the quest is difficult. It's just like a fake requirement, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't call this like difficulty. It's like just, it's not real difficulty. It's more of a it's a fake difficulty in my opinion. Right.
But who knows? Because I do remember there was a type of theory going on in the Bleach community. I think I've read it somewhere in the Discord.
What was it about?
No, going in into transcendent characters.
Yeah.
Caleb is bound to release a type of quest that only considers going in with a fully transcended character. And now I'm not saying you need to have 5 fully transcended characters with each type of attribute. I am saying that you're going to need just one character that's fully transcended to actually enter the quest.
Yes, no, that I see coming. Not fully transcendent. I would say like 5 in terms of transcendence. Like at least like 15 levels of extra slots on transcendence, which are the ones that you can get for free from Chronicle Quest.
Mm-hmm. It's too bad.
That's what I know. I see.
Maybe I don't know for how long are we going to stay without the extra resource. You know, the special resource.
Which special
that we
resource?
got in the anniversary.
A special more source?
That we got in the yeah.
I don't know. Only Caleb knows, to be honest. Like, I expected Come Through All the Banner to be the type of event in which they would release such an item, but apparently not even this is worth it to have it in a point event. So I don't know. I don't really know, because if that is not enough, is it that Caleb is only going to release it for 1,000 Blood War banners in the point event? I don't know. Nobody knows. So we've got a couple of interesting comments in the chat as well. Okay, I just died, so I can read them now. So, comments saying, one sec, backfang, whoa, just in time. Yes, okay, so comments saying, what are the current banners you would advise people to summon on at the moment? Yeah, because the thing is, we're getting like so many banners back and back to back. I would say any banner, I would say focus on the exclusive banners. Honestly, exclusive banners and potentially the individual banners. They're really good, the individual ones. Because they have the highest chance of giving you like a specific character, and usually the fillers are not too bad. So individual banners would be the way, I would say. What do you think?
I would think that's actually a really good statement. But there's also one thing that the players need to actually think about. When you're going for a specific type of character, like let's say they're the types of characters that can clear any content in the game. Yes,
yeah.
But they aren't too well exposed. They aren't. How could I say it? They aren't in fillers too much. Like let's say 1,000 Years Blood War Toshiro. Even though it has been released 2 years ago, it's still one of the most well-rounded characters you can get.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you.
I mean, 1,000 Years Blood War Toshiro, when he first came out, he was the first, I think he was the first type of character that has recharge, that has a launch on his
Oh,
burst.
he has the perfect kit. Even nowadays, he's got the perfect kit, honestly. And he was one of the he has the perfect kit. Everything about him is perfect. But a couple of questions from the chat again. So we've got yes. So quick question. So where is it? Yeah. So accessory system and rerolling needs a revamp. I agree. Too many new players gave no good accessories or means to get. And yes, getting access to the rerolling system for accessories is such a grind. Getting all your accessories set up and everything is so long. So that's the one thing. The second thing is Longlost Daikwan saying that he skips 90% of mid-month banners and 20% of seasonal banners. Well, initially the mid-month banner were the best because 3% with guaranteed new 5-star was amazing, but they changed it. And another comment is he wonders, so Nisant is wondering if they will remove the Guild Quest reset in the next update, and that that we've been talking about earlier together. And I don't think so. They are not gonna. Although I would, it would be good in a sense because it would make Guild Quest fatigue less of a thing. They won't do this because the Guild Quest reset system allows for them to have a lot of activity in the games because people just like spend ages. People that are doing competitive game Guild Quest spend ages on the game, and that's good for them like, in terms of metrics. Saying that on average players spend like that much time on the game per day, like 50 minutes, an hour per day. 2 hours is great for them because it shows how the game is addictive. So I don't think they're gonna remove it. I hope they do something interesting. Well, we're just gonna see, to be honest. So we are going to.
Since we were talking about the Guild Quest before the live stream, we actually came with an idea of how the Guild Quest could be revamped. As in removing the resets and giving the players 5 tickets, so they can basically use only five tries. So that would be like trying a little bit harder, going a little bit safer, but it would be beneficial for basically everyone,
I mean, the other option that I had in mind was to just like was to just like limit the amount of resets you can do per run to something like 3 or 5 resets. You could do like a maximum of 5 resets per run, so it still gives you the ability to do some resets, but it's limited in a sense that you can't just like spam it like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, you mean like let's say if you die in a co-op quest, you use a candle just to revive?
Yes, it's basically like giving you just a limited amount of resets available for you to use.
Mm-hmm. That's not a bad idea at all. I actually would like that system better.
Yeah.
Except,
it makes it fair for everyone. It still preserves the reset system, but at least it doesn't make it too like you can't abuse it, because that's the biggest issue. Like it's just like resetting the room again and again and again to hit those crits, to make sure that you exit the room at the right time, etc, etc. This, it is tiring,
and it's actually become a little bit more difficult to play it every single time the new characters come out. Let's be honest, they've been releasing a lot of 20 hit vortex characters recently.
Yeah, so it adds up to the paywall. So for example, Lolly, Machine Society, not everybody's been pulling that banner. People were not that hype. But if you had Lolly on that Guild Quest, you would be able to do like such better scores than people that didn't pull that Lolly. And that does make a difference. So people that pulled and got Lolly got an unfair advantage over people that didn't pull and didn't get Lolly. And we're talking about a Guild Quest that came out a week and a half after the release of the after the release of the banner, so it makes it very, very recent.
Yep.
So some
there's a lot of pros and cons that Kale has been doing recently. I mean, some of them are beneficial, of course, not only to the newer player base, but to us as well, who have been playing the game for a longer period of time. But of course, there are bad things when it comes to, like, let's say, the banners. Mostly the banners are one of the main things that Caleb needs to focus on. Okay, this revamp, I mean, it is and it isn't good, you know, because...
Which revamp? The Gear Quest one?
No. I'm talking about the banner one, where you basically have every single new banner being a step up.
Oh yeah, that is tiring. That is extremely tiring.
Yeah, because of being the one with limited orb resources, you know, every single week you can... How many orbs you can accumulate? Like maybe doing the dailies, you can get in 5 days 25 orbs, so about 35, and getting it from guild quest, if of course if it drops, yeah, you could come to 150 orbs, but is it really worth it going on the banner?
Yeah, so there's a good comment on that one from Yukihira, which is KDAP should release the 6% banner they're currently doing, along with 3% non-discount, non-5-star guaranteed banner with just 3 units. So basically, like, give the choice to the players to either go in the 3% banners with only 3 characters in it for mid-month, or going for the step-ups as well. So the same banner released in 2 different formats, and you decide whether you want to go for the 3% or if you want to go for the 20 characters in a banner kind of format.
I would honestly go for...
I would go for the 3%.
Yeah, the less the fillers, the better of a chance is to pull.
Exactly. So even if it's 3%, if you have no filler at all, boom, you're good. So and the other bit is that this way new players can get the best for their orbs, and vet can summon for just the new units. Exactly, that's the thing. So you create a solution for everyone. So vets would go for the 3% banners, knowing that there's no fillers. If they don't pull anything, fine, it's the rates. But if they do pull a 5-star, they know it's going to be a new 5-star. So they know they're not going to have those like 20 dupes. And if a banner actually has some fillers that are of interest for them, they can just go for the step-ups. So it's just a matter of what you want to do with your orbs. As a new player, you have this increased chances to get a 5-star, which is good. But as an old player, this doesn't mean anything since you do have all those fillers. So having a 3% banner with only the 3 units is good enough. Or even if you make it 4, you know, like add in just 1 filler, make it 3%, something like that. That is fine, but don't add like 20 fillers like you do right now.
Caleb, actually, we have come to the conclusion that Caleb is actually a little bit running out of ideas. And I mean, it is their fault because, let's be honest, they aren't listening too much to the player base.
Bro, because I tried reaching out to Caleb, and I got in touch with Matt. I actually need to message him on after the stream. I need to prepare a message for him. But I got in touch with Matt, and the thing is, it seems like they are heavily controlled, regulated. All communications are severely monitored. So there's not much that can do. Basically they're just like Caleb's puppets, like they're the company puppets, and they are very limited. So they have like they have objectives, they have their ABP, their annual business plans with directions that the business wants to take and everything, and they just follow this, you know. They so even if we complain as a community, say, you know, there's this and that, if it, you know, they can't just like change the backlog instantly and be like, you know, we listen to you, let's do it this way. No, when we get quality of life updates, it's not because they've been listening to us, it's just that this is something they had in the pipeline for a while, and it's just that the time has come for it to be released. Hey Krama, how are you doing?
That's true.
So two other comments. So we have Pavel Chernov saying that back in the day, he thinks that it was like if you reset your combo. Yes, exactly. So if you do the reset, your combo was reset in Guild Quest. That's true. That is back in the old days. And I think that was pretty fair too. Yes, that's the thing, because if you used, you know, like back in the days, Guild Quest was pretty much straightforward. So you would have your people wouldn't do the Soifun runs at all. It wasn't a thing at the time. So you would just go with, you know, like 1 or 2 bonus, or just like 1 bonus unit and a support unit if you have a support unit, and then you would have your 50 hits vortex, which would be either Tag Team Ichigo or Retsu or Rangiku. So that was it. and you would just be vortexing at the very end of the run. So like in 4-3-1 and then 5-3-1. So even if you did reset somewhere in the run before because you got hit, that didn't matter much because most of your combo is going to be built in the later stages of the run. So that was fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is, now that you have a meta where you need to play with 20 hits vortex units here and there, this doesn't really apply because you need to do like 3 to 4 plants in a single run, and if you miss just one of them because of that reset, it would completely blow up your run. So it's not applicable anymore with the current meta of Guild Quest.
I'm basically a casual Guild Quest player. I would say that I basically am the type of player that actually first watches a Guild Quest on YouTube, and then following up, I can make my own type of plan, or I can just follow the map in general, how it goes.
So, quick question from Martin King. So, what do you feel the end of month is gonna be? So, end of month is not gonna be. Is it gonna? No, it's not gonna be White Day. White Day is mid month, isn't it? It's mid month March. So, end of month is probably gonna be just like a premium banner. It has to be a premium banner.
I don't know. We'll see where it goes. This Valentine's actually it came around mid month as well, right?
Valentine's Day came end of January.
Yeah, so I think it would come as an end of the month as well.
I think White Day is the mid-month of March because it's the only banners that are set in stone are the seasonal banners. The release schedule for those never changes. So if it's something last year and the year before and everything, it's not going to change. It's going to be the same. So yeah. We got Longest Day Gwen calling a Comfy Onward round 6. Who's like someone's enjoying their time around you. Yeah, no,
there's also one thing I wanted to mention.
Tell me about it.
And that's probably going towards the pay-to-play meta, you know?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, as the type of guy that has a current stale job, you know, dealing with all the bills and whatever is left for you, you know, you can always get that little bit of extra for going for a character pack that you don't have. My personal recommendation is that if you're going to buy something from the shop, to go for a character specifically that you do not own, because you get a lot of value from getting the orbs, and you get a lot of value from getting the character in general.
Yes. For example, the swimsuit packs are really interesting for people that didn't have the swimsuit characters, because you pay for 166 orbs, and then you get 200 orbs bonus.
Yep.
Which was great value, honestly.
Yeah. It's not even worth recommending to buy the tickets.
It depends which tickets. I like the choose a 5-star or 6-star tickets. Those are the best value in the game so far. The Koga ticket during New Year was very expensive. That was the $80 ticket, but it was if you could afford it, it was really worth it because you could get the character you wanted for sure. You know, like it was the only time that you were sure to get the character that you wanted.
I completely agree upon that.
But other than that,
honest, to be honest, behind the other 5-star tickets, basically, yeah, you do have a chance to get a featured unit, but a lot of the times it's just another filler that you possibly could not end up having, but most of the time you do have. Of course, depending on what type of player you are. If you're already in the game for the last, let's say, a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, you basically have 80% of the fillers that are in the current 5-star tickets.
Yeah.
Even the newer ones and the old ones. My personal recommendation is, if you want to save a few bucks, then go for just one character pack a month. And I think that's beneficial to every single pay to play player that's around. And my personal recommendation as well is to just farm the tickets from the events. I think that's a blessing in the sky that we got.
I just
Of
realized.
course, I could.
Yeah.
What?
No, I just realized I had my picture over the final number of the room, so people couldn't actually type it in. So my picture was literally sitting on top of the final digit. I was like, why is it that people are taking so long to join the rooms? And then I was like, oh, actually makes sense. I didn't do it on purpose, but I'm sorry if that happened. But yes, you're right.
And it's all fair. If who enters first, it's his.
True. But one thing I want to mention: money.
Go on.
Isn't a guarantee in this game. First of all, some people are gonna pay, some people are gonna be free to play. That's fine. This game is not a charity; it's a business. So without the pay-to-play players, it wouldn't thrive. We wouldn't be getting those new specials, those new characters. We wouldn't be getting any of this. So the game needs the pay-to-play players. That's for sure. The thing is, the game would be pay to win if you were guaranteed something at some point with the money that you put in. But since you have just as many chances as a pay to play and as a free to play, it doesn't. I mean, yes, being able to pull in with like 4,000 orbs in a banner versus like 500 orbs does make a difference. That's true. But even those 4,000 orbs doesn't guarantee anything. Like this morning, Spy did 5 steps and he did a clean swipe on the banner. He pulled all 3 banner characters in 5 steps, not a single fillers. I did 6 steps and I pulled 3 fillers. So you never know. You never know. You can be going in like with as much money as you want. And the problem is, you also, when you go in with some money, you need to make sure that you are not spending too much, because this is just a game. Yes, it may look appealing, yes, everything, but if you want to spend some money on the game, make sure that you can afford to spend that money without it having any impact on your life, on anything around, on anything that is vital. If it's just like extra income that you can afford to do this, or if you have some money that you save every month for leisure, for example, go for it. Because, for example, I don't own a PS4. I do have a Switch, but I barely play it. So I look at it this way, I put my money where my heart is, so where I find enjoyment. So if I spend like 2 hours a day on Bleach Brave Souls, well, it is only fair that this game gets some of my money as well, because of the time that I spent on this game. Like if I were to buy a new game every month or every 2 weeks for PS4, like more like every month, I would be spending like 60 to 80 bucks for the game every month to just ditch it and go for another game. And even that, I would spend less time playing that game than I would spend playing Bleach Brave Souls.
I mean, I do understand how it is. Not everyone has the capability of actually putting the money into the game. I know.
Of course.
I do know some of the players that would like to buy something, but they aren't capable because they are either minors or they don't have too much.
Yes, and for those people, what I say is, you don't need to pull. I would say for those people, I would say focus only on really exclusive banners. Seasonals or fan service. Count Your Own World. This Count Your Own World for me isn't a proper Count Your Own World banner. It's just like a premium banner. So this is not the type of banner you want to pull in. The banners that you want to pull on are the Tokinada banner. What's it called? The Squad Zero banner. Those are banners that you would want to pull on because they are worth it. This banner, no. A lot of other banners, premium banners, don't even think about it because these guys are premium. And if you want to get those characters, what you do is you just farm the point events. Farm point events, get the premium tickets, and then just use them in batch and try to get the new characters. That is the advice. That is my advice.
And that's honestly the best. That's honestly the best advice that we can give to all players.
Yeah, that's. It applies to free-to-play players, but it also applies to everyone. The only banners worth pulling on are nowadays are the individual banners. That's number one, and then second of all is the very big banners like Squad Zero, like Tokinada banner, and we've got Solvex in the chat. How are you doing, Sol? So hey, TYBW round 7, he got Orihime, she needs to be pulled, and Comfy Onward round 4 has Hattie Bell. Oh no, he was just saying it. Assets and keeps. Yes, that's true. Sub Sol. And then you have DCUO fan. He just said, I'm a free-to-play player and I only summon what I want. This game isn't PvP based, so you don't really need to go for meta. Exactly. If you play Dragon Ball Legends, it is PvP based. Everything resolves around PvP. Bleach Brave Soul, well, you don't need any. Like, honestly, the truth is, you don't need any of the new units. Like, you need one unit of each attribute. Then the next step is you need one unit from each attribute with each killer. And then the next granularity is with range and melee kits. And that's it. But honestly, if you have one unit of each attribute, you're more than fine, because every unit at this point is pretty much alright. You can do every game content with it. Some are more enjoyable than others, some make things easier, but at the end of the day, they're all pretty good. They're solid units.
Hey, could you just excuse me for a second? I just need to reconnect again.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, give me a second.
Ah, damn it. We have Silent Blood War has been generous to everyone, but Comfy Own World is always hard. I agree to that one. I have to agree with the statement. Edinburgh, how have you been? Oh, I'm doing great, doing alright. Been doing a lot of videos today, so I'm a bit tired now. And we have, j'espère que mon Bevering Joe sera mieux. Ouais, moi aussi, parce que la version Comfy Own World c'était du gros boudin.
And I think I'm back.
Yes, you are. I confirm
Okay.
that.
Okay, so now that I'm free from my phone, I can actually concentrate a little bit on the conversation.
Cool.
And sadly, I won't be able to follow the live stream anymore.
That's fine.
Technical difficulties, I know.
That's fine. Trust me, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Okay. So as I was saying, yeah, following the current banners, you actually do need to watch out on what you summon on. First and foremost, yeah, as Cole said before, I would recommend on summoning on individual banners if you want to pull the specific character, because you have less of the pillars and you have, let's say, a greater chance of pulling the character.
Yeah.
But I would honestly recommend also for the players that actually do understand a little bit of a concept of the game, to save for the fillers that are actually hard to come across. Like, let's say if they re-release 1,000 Years Blood War, like let's say 1,000 Years Blood War 7 or 6 again, we're bound to have 1,000 Years Blood War Volume 1 in the fillers.
Yes, but look at the Comfy Own banner, because we didn't get the new one.
Yep.
We didn't get the round 1 in it. I was expecting to get my Grimjaw from it at last, but no, we didn't.
So you're hunting the Grimjaw as well.
Oh, I am. I've gotten like 5 Ishins. I've gotten 5 freaking Ishins from the individual banner. Not a single Grimjaw. Right? What?
The blue one.
The bad one. The blue one's not too bad, to be honest. But when you get like too many of them, like it was a 3% banner. I pulled 3 of this guy and not a single Grimjaw. Honestly.
I know how it goes. I wasn't hunting too much for the Kenfiri Own World Grimjaw. I mean, basically Beyond Resurrection one. But even though I went a little bit hard on the banner, I managed to get out with 2 Hikones. I didn't get Nelio, but I managed to get out with 2 Hikones. So
yeah, quick comment about the fact that so the fact that Comfy Own World Round 1 wasn't part of the fillers this time isn't about K-Lab not caring anymore. It's just that we're talking about Hikone, and it was just it's still a very recent banner. when we got in TYBW round 5, we got the round 1. It was 2017 banner, so it was 2 years old, and this one is just too young. Well, it's too soon for it to be released as a filler. So I think we're gonna get it as fillers at some point, but not just it. When was the first Conflict 1 banner, that, by the way?
I think it was about last year. Let me remember. Somewhere around.
Oh, it was March. I think it was March.
Yeah, it was March.
Exactly. So March 2021 is when we're gonna get the first round of Conflict 1 character as fillers. That's it. That's how it is.
Probably. I do agree on that.
So yeah, that's April last year. Yeah, April. April last year. Yeah, so that's when we're gonna get the next round, the first round as fillers in the future. So mid-month, April 2019. Yep, thank you for the exact date.
Honestly, we can thank the chat. Anything that we don't know, we can ask them.
Exactly, they're pretty knowledgeable. So Mobile Quiet League Game Time just spent 250 orbs on premium summons, but why? Why would you do? Why would you do that? There's no point in doing it.
I mean, if someone just wants to try it, you know.
But I mean, it's 3%. Like, it's the worst possible chances to get something.
That is true. You know, it's maybe just curiosity.
Thanks for joining, Big on Top. I'm dying too much. Yeah, thanks for joining.
If it's not a problem, Cole, I would like to ask the chat if
go for it.
Do you guys have any questions about, let's say, not just the game in general, but a specific type of thing, like, let's say, Senkaimon, summons, grinding out, like, what are your opinions and what are your questions?
Yeah, sup, Revenge Hayden. Yeah, let's just wait for some answers.
Until we get those questions, there's also one thing that I would like to share, not just with the audience, but also with you. I remember, and this is one of the most hard, I think it was the time when I got really angry at the game.
Yeah, tell me about it. Want to join your runs? Alright, let me just post in the guild chat.
It was actually the time when I was hunting Fullbring Ichigo.
Oh yeah, I remember, because he's your favorite character.
It's not that he was my favorite character.
No, but you really like him.
Yeah, I wanted him because of the reason every single one of my guild members, and I'm not kidding, every single one of them got at least one copy. I was already 2k orbs deep into the banner, and I got out with 4 Ginjos.
Wow.
4 Ginjos and 2 fillers that I already had. I didn't even get Uryu, which was broken at the time, and I didn't even get Fullbring Ichigo. But you, and this is going to be funny, but I think I'm one of the first players who actually, I know it was a bittersweet moment. The bronze tickets, which have a 0.003% chance of pulling a character, a 5-star character, after 2k orbs of shaft, I went in to do a multi on bronze tickets, and I still have the screenshot to prove it.
Yeah.
I pulled a new 5-star character, 0.003% chance.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, so you give me the most abnormal rate to pull a 5-star character, and the game actually gives it to me, but when there's a double chance to pull a character, it won't give it to me. And I'm like, how? How is that even possible?
No, I get it. Yeah, it's like, you know, when you get them in an impossible scenario, and then in the most likely scenario, you just don't get them. It's really weird.
I know, right? And it took me 2 years to get Fullbring Ichigo. And It was at the time last year. I think it was during February when everyone came into the voice chat when I was summoning, and I was summoning for Fullbring, and he was a filler on the Thousand Years Blood for Volume 4 banner on Yoruichi. He was a filler, and
Sup,
I don't
Jorge
know.
Hayden? Yeah, I'm listening.
It was already 2 years without him, so basically I was losing hope. But I was so salty with everyone showing me their 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5 full ring Ichigos that I was already getting sick of it. And I went to summon for it, and the first 300 orbs in singles, I templed anything. I was already starting to lose hope, and I bought Valentine's Day ticket, in which I got the General White.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, I got the new characters. Like, sweet, okay, let me continue on with the summon. The moment when I bought the ticket, I was already 500 orbs in. The next single, I got a 5-star. I think everyone in that chat heard me screaming like a little girl when I finally got him. You have no idea how much it meant to me to finally pull the character I was hunting for 2 years.
No, that feeling is amazing. That feeling is amazing. We got Yukihira who pulled Apache less than late from those bronze tickets. Wow. That is like very low percentage. Well done.
That's actually the most... I think that's basically the hardest thing you can actually get from the game.
Yeah. No, actually, the Thousand War tickets they would get as well, like those... they had like such a bad chances of getting a 5-star character.
It was like 0.1%.
Yeah, D actually pulled a 5-star from them. He pulled like Kisuke, $1,000 Kisuke from those tickets. So it is doable, but chances are so low.
I think it's even rarer to actually see a 5-star from a bronze ticket. I mean, it's less than a 0.1%.
It is really bad, yeah.
So all I can say is that I'm actually glad that I finally got him. Of course, right now he's fully slotted. He's basically...
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Basically, you can use him in any type of scenario. And I'm actually glad that I got him before Chronicle Quest 2.
Oh yes, it is worth it for that quest.
And I would actually recommend also summoning for when the part 2 comes out to actually go for the Fullbring Ichigo, because he's worth it. Not only
Fullbring Ichigo is really good. He's still very good, and he's gonna get his resurrection at some point as well. So yeah, very good unit overall.
So what are your...
So we have a question before in the chat. Let's just check it out. So what do you think Kayla will be doing once the 20th anniversary Bleach announcement gets released? And there's another thing, which is Yukihira that thinks that Kayla needs to make PvP more rewarding, like the rewards are so bad for the higher seeds. But at the same time, if they make rewards in PvP worth it, PvP is the proper pay-to-play game mode, because you need your Transcendence characters and everything. So if they make PvP interesting again, people are going to complain even more about PvP because it makes the game so unbalanced for people. What do you think?
I think it is, basically. Unlike other games, and it's not just about the comparison, like Bleach to, let's say, Dragon Ball Legends or Naruto Bleach or something. PvP needs to get not only interesting, but satisfying in a way that you can somehow control the actions of the character. Like, I don't know, Caleb needs to come up with an idea to implement like an action-based system in the PvP. Maybe some type of shortcuts, like, oh, okay, this character is going to use this strong attack first, then this, or like this character doesn't have to use strong attacks; he can only focus around that. Okay, let's say something,
And we have
just
this.
to
Oh,
revamp
sorry,
it.
my bad.
That is okay.
Oh. Yeah, there's also the fact about the real-time PvP like in Epic 7.
That's also something they can work on. What are your general thoughts about PvP? Like, I know it's basically a pay-to-win meta, but how would you like to change it?
Honestly, I'm slightly better rewards, slightly cheaper items in the store as well in the meta exchange store. But that's it. Because if it becomes too interesting, it's just gonna break the game. Like people are just gonna go all in for PvP all the time, and I don't like PvP. I don't like doing PvP, so I wouldn't want to be forced to do PvP just for the rewards.
I get what you mean.
So I'm fine the way it is right now, because right now being head captain is pointless. Being captain is pointless. Like, there's no point in going to the higher ranks because all you get is an extra bracelet tickets, which you can get by doing your daily point event grinding. You get you don't get much, to be honest. You barely get anything interesting worth going in for. So you know.
Since we're talking about the ideas, do you think maybe that Caleb could release a new type of ticket that has higher rates to pull a 5-star?
Higher rates to pull 5-star? No, I don't think so. But I think we may get a premium ticket, a bracelet ticket for seasonal units. That is a possibility. I would say potentially a seasonal ticket like Brave Souls, but for seasonal units. Oh, I'm playing too bad. I'm really bad right now. Yes, like Brave Soul accessory ticket for seasonals, and the way I see it is the best implementation in my eyes is, you know, when you have the point events for seasonal units, you do get a seasonal Brave Soul tickets instead of getting the normal Brave Soul tickets. And when you get a premium banner, you get a point event with premium Brave Soul tickets in it, and that is fair.
It really is.
That's it. That's I think that would be a simple and easy fix for the problem.
Yeah. How long have
Yeah.
You just passed the time.
What do you mean?
How long have we been here?
Oh, 73 minutes. So about an hour, close to an hour and a half. I think we should close up soon on the.
Yeah, on the topic.
Yeah.
Honestly, this has been a really good discussion, and I actually enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, it was fun. Honestly, it was fun. It was great chatting with a lot of veterans as well. I mean, we've been there for a while now in the game.
Yeah, we have. And honestly, all I can say is to all players, not just the veterans, not just the beginners, but to all players.
Hey, poor guy doing pork chop. That's the thing. Good point from you, Chara, which is if PvP becomes real time, people will mod the shit out of it, and that's true. That's the problem. Like, if it becomes either better rewards or if it's real time and if the place of PvP in the game changes in an improvement way, like in a better way, so that it becomes more central to the game, we're gonna have a lot of modding issues going on there, and it's just gonna make it unfair for everyone, which is you guys wouldn't want that. You wouldn't want that. I don't want that. You don't want that. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Honestly, all I can think about is, well, since we're on the topic of modding, like, I do understand why people do it. Like, they don't want to grind the game. They just want to take it. They just want to get it easy, you know.
Yes.
But that won't change a thing. For other types of players, like, let's say when I play ER, like Epic Raid, I actually want to enjoy playing with other players. As in, you know, you get with your guild mates, you get with your friends from other servers as well. Or when you get with randoms, which, I'm gonna be honest here, and a few of the randoms I've come across have actually become really good friends of mine as well. I found them on
Really?
Discord. Yeah, and
That's nice.
yeah, and I'm actually glad that I met them through
Okay.
basically grinding the game, and that's what I want from other players as well. Like, if you want to enjoy the game, then put up some hard work in it, you know? Don't go easy on it. Don't go from modding because it's not worth it.
Of course it is not. Yeah. The thing is as well, you know, what I like about epic raids, initially I didn't really like it because it was really cumbersome and everything, and having to do epic raids just to grind the material was annoying, I found. But now that you have the solo quest, it's good. But the thing that I like about it is the fact that you can play with 5 people. Like, I mean, the fact that you have like bigger teams of people. So instead of being only 4, meaning you play with 3 other people, you get to play with like a lot more people at once, which is great.
I wish that we could have a quest like that, but not only for epic raids, but let's say a type of raid that people need to be strategic about. Like, I don't know, I would be the type of person to see a quest in co-op that 6 people can get in, but every single one has to, let's say, choose a different type of character.
Yeah.
Like, let's say someone can be Ichigo, someone can be Retsu, someone can be Toshiro, someone can be even Ginjo. Like,
Ginjo, yeah.
you have types of stages that you actually need to get through, and different types of bosses. Like, this boss is weak to only this attribute. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
It doesn't have to be only attribute specific. It can be every single type of attribute, like, let's say, droplet quest, but bosses have special attacks like in epic raid. That's also a pretty good idea.
Yeah, just a quick one. So for you guys that have been asking me about the friendlies and if I could add them, so I do see the friend request. The only problem is I can't kick someone because I know everyone from the friend list that I have right now, but I can't kick one person of it just for no reason. So what I usually do is if someone is inactive for more than 2 days, this is why I kick them. But 1 day is not good enough because I know that Master B is active. I know that 80 Savage is active as well. He just doesn't do gear quests anymore, so he logs in and spends less time in it. But if any of the friends that I have in my friend list become inactive for more than 48 hours, this is where I would unfriend them and accept someone from the request. So it's not that I don't want to accept people, it's that, well, I mean, I know everyone of that on that list personally, so it's a bit tricky to just like get someone else just like this, you know. Right,
yeah, I know how it is.
On this note, I am absolutely exhausted. I have to be honest, I'm completely exhausted because I've woken up at 6:30 this morning, 6:30 a.m. To do the stream with Spite, the collab. And then I haven't been able to sleep ever since. So yeah, I'm completely exhausted right now. It's a Sunday. I want to spend some time, and I still have some admin stuff to do on Discord as well. So it's a busy day anyway. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much, Galaxy, for being a guest on this live stream, especially because it was your idea, and I thank you dearly for that. So yeah.
It's been a real pleasure, Cole, and honestly, it's been a real honor being here and actually having a little bit of a discussion about the game in general, because as an OG player, you know, it's really fulfilling to talk about the game of what it's become, what it was before, what it is now, and I'm actually glad I was here. Since we're ending it soon, mind showing my fully transcended Chara, the most proudest thing I have.
I know, I've seen it. Every time I see you in my friend list and I see that guy, I'm like, ooh, he's good.
I'm just waiting to pull the power accessory, the new one.
The Ankar one, the Ankar Espada, the T1, the T1.
I'm just waiting to pull that. Honestly, my dream had for the end game was to fully transcend my links for Chara and to get that accessory. And I think that's the only way right now in the game currently that I can pressure with focus.
Yeah, that'd be huge. I'm aiming for the same thing with my Miyuri, to be honest, but I mean, time will come and that will happen, but not yet. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you want to see more of these, comment it below, and I will see you next time. Thank you, Galaxy. Any final words?
Yeah. All I can say is that, look, just enjoy the game as it is. More good things will come in the future, probably. I mean, surely. And don't forget to check Cool in the Discord. Also, I'm on the top of the list as always, being the coolest bro.
Right.
And if we ever have another discussion like this, I'll be sure to drop by again. Thank you
Absolutely.
as well for having me here.
Absolutely. Salut. We're just gonna finish the run and we're gonna be out. Actually, I'm gonna finish the offline. So yeah, thank you so much. Let's just disconnect the live stream. Bye everyone. Cheers.